So hi everyone and welcome to this new video where I want to talk about a subject that is really interesting if you're an entrepreneur, creator, or coach, because when we want to manifest a new reality, we have this limbo phase between the materialization of the reality that we want and the identity that we are embodying right now. And the problem that I've experienced between those realities, those 3D realities, is the limbo space. And the limbo space is dangerous when you don't understand one thing. The limbo space will try to make you stay at the same reality using circumstances, people, everything to amplify the same emotions, thoughts, and ultimately to stay at the same level of awareness. And your old identity, your old awareness will use negative emotions, doubt, and anxiety on all forms to stay at the exact same reality. For example, for myself, for a long time, every time that I've embodied a new identity, my old awareness will bring me all thoughts or failures or things like that that try to sabotage my new embodied identity. Because ultimately manifesting is just saying and deciding that you are the identity who has it or you have it right now. And the definition of manifesting ultimately is having something without proof in your 3D reality. The 3D reality is just an illusion, ultimately. Your external 3D reality is just the expression of your internal reality. And the thing that I like to say is the internal 3D reality. What is the most dangerous thing is identifying yourself with your feelings. Because your feelings is just a product of an old identity. So when you are manifesting, and I don't like to say the word manifesting because manifesting implies a process. When you say that you have something or you are someone, there is a collection of thoughts, emotions, and beliefs that are attached with this identity. And for example, right now, for me, I experienced I experienced sadness and frustration because my new reality, for example, my new 3D reality was not reflected. And I forgot that was a trick of my own awareness. But the thing is, we are not the feelings, we are not the thoughts, we are not the circumstances, we are the observer of it. This is why I want to share with you the observer effect. The observer effect is to sit with those emotions, to sit with the sadness, the frustration, the doubts, the anxiety. Because the thing is not here externally. For example, if you are a business, maybe you don't have externally your monthly goal, or you don't have the clients externally. Those will invoke in you negative feelings. And those feelings are just feelings, emotions. But you are not the emotion, you are the observer behind it. You are the awareness behind it. And this is how you can stay in a loop for a long time. And because when you decide that you are the new identity, you have this new reality, those are the tests that you need to pass. You need to recognize how your old identity feels and thinks, to die from the old identity and to be renewed into your new identity right now. Because ultimately, you just have to decide to choose because you are the chooser of the versions that you want to embody. And every versions of you are available right now. But the script, the unfolding of this new reality can invoke in you those negative emotions. Now you can use the observer effect. I observe that I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling frustration, I'm feeling frustrated because X, Y, or Z. And for any subject. But internally, your internal 3D is the real 3D. Because the reality is just an effect of your internal 3D. So you can be sad. You can be frustrated. You can have doubts without identifying with those emotions. You can be sad and still say that I am making 50K a month, for example. Because I recognize the tests. I recognize my awareness. I recognize that my old awareness, my old identity is trying everything to stay alive. And the materialization is not your job. The materialization of this new reality is not your job. Your only job is to stay embodied, to stay in your decision, to stay in this identity. How will I think when I'm embodying this new identity? Is it a question that I'm asking if, for example, I'm making 20K a month right now, knowing that the external 3D is just a reflection, a delayed reflection of my old identity, old awareness, old film, old script? Do I really dwell in the sadness or no? Do I really identify with the sadness or no? No. I observe the script, I observe the actor, I observe the feeling, but I'm not those circumstances. I'm not this identity anymore. That's it. That's it. You just have to observe those emotions or those negative emotions that are in the limbo space, like I like to say, and to remind the choice and to stay in the embodiment of the new identity. Because a new film is unfolding in front of me. I don't want to put my old film in front of me. This is why every time that I'm thinking about money or my business or relationship or anything in my life generally, I always put my awareness on something that I truly want to experience in my external 3D. Why? Because there is only the now. And you are only projecting a new reality. And memories of an old identity, of an old awareness can be reprojected in my new reality, my new film. If I put my awareness, if I identify with those memories. So what I'm doing right now is just to cut this old identity, this old film, by bringing my awareness on what I truly want to experience. Because the power of my awareness is what materializes this reality. How my new identity thinks, how my new identity lives, what it is experiencing day to day. Those are the characteristics that I emphasize in my awareness. Because the limbo space is just a test. And I don't want to reproduce another film. That's it. I don't want it. I stay in my new awareness, in my new identity. I've decided that right now, I am the person who is making XY money. I am the person who has a flourishing business. I am the person you adapted for you and for your desires. Because if my awareness is God, and that's true, it has no choice to be materialized into your new reality, new external reality. This is why I emphasize in this channel to be loyal, and I love this word, to be loyal to your internal identity, internal 3D. To let this old awareness, old identity die once and for all. So, the goal of this video is to make you aware of the fact that you can observe those circumstances, negative emotions, doubts and anxiety, but still claim your truth. Because you are the God of your experience, of your universe. You're living in your own bubble. You're living in your own universe. As the Son of God, I am that I am. So, as the Son of God, who has his own experience, who is he truly? In his own experience. Sit with it. You are the truth in your own experience. You are the truth. It means that when you decide something, when you choose something, when you choose a new identity, when you choose that you had this in your 3D reality right now, it is so right now. And if you can access it or visualize it or think about it, it means that there is a timeline where it is already done completely. The limbo space is just the materialization of this new reality. And this is not your job. Let the infinite intelligence do the work for you. And you will do everything based on this identity. You will have the intuition, you will have the thoughts, the ideas at the right time. But recognize that you are just an observer. Recognize that you are not the feelings. Recognize that you are not the doubts and the anxieties. You observe those feelings, but you claim and you stay embodied and you stay firm and you stay loyal to your internal 3D reality until it is completely manifested, completely materialized. All right? That's it for this video. There is a link for a freebie, Identity to Revenue, that you can download right now if you want more help. There is a link to work with me directly. I love to work with coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs, creators to shift their awareness, to shift their identity, to have more money, to have more clientele, to have a better life in general, because you can apply this knowledge to everything. But I love to work with those people. Let me know what resonated with you in this video, and I see you in the next one.